Going on, my people? If you don't already know me, for those who know me, you know, family, friends, loved ones out there, I got, the utmost love for you. Um, for those who don't know me, my birth name is Austin Williford. Now, don't ever call me that because I don't like my name at all. Everybody who know me know that. But I go by Star, and I like that name. I like what that represents. A lot of people when they hear Star, they think of something. I mean, let's just keep it real. They think of like a girl name. You know what I mean? But when you think of what a star really is, you know, a star, there's nothing soft or sweet about a star. The sun is a star. You know what I mean? The sun is what give us the energy on Earth to be able to live. When you hear the word star, don't think of it like, and there's nothing wrong with women being called star. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, don't think of it as something weak. There's nothing weak about star. So with all that being said, the reason why I'm recording this video, and y'all mind me, I just got out the shower, but I just felt like, like speaking right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, turn this camera on and do what I gotta do. But just to give y'all a little intro into what I'm looking to do is as a lot of us can see out there, our people, a lot of us are starting to wake up. There's a mass awakening happening right now. It's obvious. I know a lot of people, it's shocking sometimes because you'll start hearing somebody that you would never expect to speak in any kind of conscious way, you know what I mean? And then it's like something just clicked. And now this same person that you would have never expected to be on that type of time is like, going all the way with it. So it's happening. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And, we'll get into those in future videos and whatnot. But there's a mass awakening happening. And, just like, everyone else, I'm a part of this mass awakening. And I want to, help as much as, I can in that awakening. As much as I possibly can to assist in our awakening, because let's be real, it's ugly out here. You know what I mean? Like, you can see it in our music, you can see it in our relationships with each other. And when I say relationships, I don't just mean men and women relationship, even though those are fucked up. But even just the relationship, obviously, between, our men and the relationship even between the women. Like, just think about it, right? So men, every time you talk to a new woman, what's one of the number one things they say? Well, I don't really fuck with other women. Women be, it's too much drama with them and this, that, and the third. Like, that's showing you, like, that there's a problem. You know what I mean? When there's so many women that feel like that. I know I didn't heard that from almost every single woman I've ever dealt with. They say that, oh, I don't really fuck with other women. You know what I mean? That's a problem. That's not natural. That's not how shit's supposed to be. You know what I mean? That is this disgusting, poison, toxic, artificial environment that we've been put in manifesting itself. That's what that is. And so I say all that to say I've come into a lot of understanding, really, especially over these last, I say, 6 months. I've come into a lot of just understanding of things and what's really happening on this planet and how we fit in that and what our future can look like. You know what I mean? And what what it can look like if we get in tune with nature. Because understand, a lot of people say, well, what's the solution? What's the solution? We keep talking about the problem. What's the solution? That is the solution. The solution is for us to get in tune with nature, which understand what that really means. When we say getting in tune with nature, right? What we're really talking about is getting in tune with God. Because understand, if you want to understand the creator, you have to study the creation. So what is the curation? Nature. So it's God is right in front of our face. It's been right in front of our face every day. But there's been an effort to disconnect us from nature. which means that there's been an effort to disconnect us from God, because that's where our real power is at. And I don't care what solution anybody come up with, it's not going to work if we don't get in tune with nature. Period. It's just that simple. If we don't get in tune with nature, it's there is no that's not a solution. Now, there's other things, of course, there's more to this, you know what I mean? There's a lot of, layers to the solution, but ultimately what we have to put first is the idea that we need to get in tune with nature. That's when you're going to see us be able to be unified, because nature gives instructions. See, that's another thing. We think that we can't understand God, right? Like we a lot of people believe like, well, you can't really understand God. You just have to try to find it for yourself. But no, you can understand God. You can understand God because you can understand nature. Once again, if you want to understand the creator, then you need to understand the what? The creation. Because understand that the creation is nothing but the creator expressing itself. And notice I said it on purpose, because the source of everything, God, is both masculine and feminine. There's masculine principles and there's feminine principles that exist. So to say that God is a man, that's ridiculous. That's some egotistical fuckery. To say that God is a woman is ridiculous. That's some egotistical fuckery. So ultimately, that is the solution. Now, there's going to be people that are going to hear this kind of stuff, and we already see it, and it's starting to change in this way. But there's going to be some people that are going to hear this and, man, shut that corner shit up, man. Anybody trying to hear that? Man, turn the game on, man. Those types of people, hopefully one day they'll wake up and see that there's nothing corny about getting in tune with nature and getting in tune with God. How the fuck is that corny? Like, listen to yourself. Talking about the shit that really matters. Because let me tell you something. If you ain't noticed yet, okay, these people are fucking the earth up. So if you one of them people that I don't want to hear about that, you know what I mean? All that shit that you think important, guess what? None of it is going to be possible if ain't no fucking earth. You know what I mean? Well, I ain't going to say no earth, but earth is uninhabitable for us. You know what I mean? So I don't give a fuck. Whatever you think is more important to talk about, man, fuck all that, man. Nigga, turn the game on. Man, fuck all that corny, man. You talking about that earth, moon, and the star shit, man. Fuck all that, man. I'm trying to go get me some bitches. You know what I mean? Like, guess what? Ain't gonna be none of that if the earth is uninhabitable, right? So how is it corny to talk about that? You know what I mean? There's nothing corny about that. We got to grow up. You know what I mean? So, to those of us out there that are starting to want to elevate and expand and evolve in consciousness, but sometimes when you try to have these kind of conversations with certain people and they look at you like, man, shut that crazy shit up and corny. Understand that don't get discouraged. Don't let those types of people discourage you from getting in tune with nature, getting in tune with God. Because they'll get it eventually. They'll get it because guess what? And this is clear. Shit is getting real. We are at a turning point right now. And that's why that go into, why I'm deciding to start to just express. And, keep in mind, I'm not saying that I know everything, because I definitely don't know everything. And I learn every day. You know what I mean? And I don't want no one to think that, I'm on some know-it-all. I just know everything. And no, that's not you know what I mean? We are all one. You know what I mean? And I just want to play my part. But for a long time, I didn't want to do this kind of stuff because, this kind of shit, when you start speaking in this kind of way, and it starts to get big, we see what happens. You know what I mean? We don't have to go into detail, but we see what happens when, some of us, kind of wake up to certain things and start expressing it, and enough of us start to listen and, getting influenced back. We see what happens. You know what I mean? We see what happens. We see what happened to Martin Luther King. You know what I mean? We see what happened to Malcolm X. We see what happened to Marcus Garvey. You know what I mean? And that's just a few of the real popular names. But, if we want to go to Africa, we see what happened to Patrice Lumumba. We see what happens. You know what I mean? And understand, though, we can't live in fear of that. We can't live in fear. We have to live in love of the creator and in tune with nature. And because that's our protection. You know what I mean? Because this is the reality. When they do kill one of us who stand up and get a lot of us to listen and whatnot, understand that that's an illusion. They just want to make an example so that everyone else will say, well, you see what they did to him, so I'm not trying to even talk like that. Fuck that. You know what I mean? That's the whole point, because guess what? they can't kill us all. They can't kill us all. And we're going to get into all of that later because they need us. See, this is not about them killing us off. They want to control us. And they'll use violence to make an example to get us to be so fearful of going the direction that, you know what I mean, that other person went. So they'll kill one of us, or they do a lot more than kill. These people are disgusting. You know what I mean? We heard of butt break. We know what happens. So they'll do something like that to send a message to everyone else to get the rest of us, to just bow down and submit and conform and not want to stand up against them. But this is the reality. That's an illusion. They bluffing. They bluffing. You know what I mean? Or, they snatching. That's snatching. Because the thing is this. They, all right, think about it like this, right? We was on a slave plantation, right? They need us to pick that cotton, right? So they're not going to kill everybody. That would be backwards. They don't want to kill us. They want to control us. It's a big difference. But they'll kill some of us to make an example so that the rest of us say, well, I ain't trying to go that way, so let me just shut up and be a good slave. You see what I'm saying? So we got to get out of that. We got to see through the illusion, you know what I mean, that they try to sell. You know what I mean? Because that's bullshit. They can't kill it. They don't want to kill us all. I mean, if you really think about it, if they wanted to kill us all, they could have been did it. It's, you know what I mean? So obviously there's something about us that they need. And we'll be getting into all of that. But I just wanted to introduce myself and, just speak on just kind of this kind of stuff that I'm going to start talking about. I think I'm going to start putting out a little short clip. I'm not going to make this too long. I see we coming up on like 12 minutes every I think Sunday. I think that's an appropriate day, at least for now. I want to start releasing these kind of videos and just, because like I said, it's a mass awakening happening. And, the good thing about the internet is we can communicate with each other. You know what I mean? And so we got to use that kind of stuff to share ideas. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be putting this on my YouTube page. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. This straight organic. I don't even know what the name of the YouTube page is going to be while I'm telling y'all this. But, I'm going to put it on my YouTube page that I'm going to curate. And, let's build. Let's build in the comments. You know what I mean? I want to see people, what their ideas of and, of what's going on and stuff like that. Because we got to start talking to each other. This the thing. People, we have to get out this individualism fuckery. And that's another thing that they're putting on us. We have to get out of this. That means when you see another black woman or another black man, you need to stop looking at them like, oh, that's just a stranger. I don't know them. Fuck them. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. We are all one and the same. We're all interconnected. You see what I'm saying? That whole idea that, well, what they do over there and what I do over here is two different things and it don't matter. That's not how this world works. This world is like an ocean. Right? You can't see the waves of the energy, but they exist. Just like you can't see Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? You can't see it, but you know it's real, right? Well, it's the same thing. Everything is just energy. There's waves of energy. And at the end of the day, if we all in the ocean, then that means that everything that is done in that ocean is affects everyone. So think about it. It's like if you in the pool and somebody over there pissing in the pool, you're going to tell them, hey, yo, you got to cut that out. We in the pool. I'm not trying to be in no pissy water. That's the thing. So think of it like that. That's how the world works. Everything is all connected. You know what I mean? With energy, because everything is energy. So if you got a bunch of us over there doing this, doing that, it does impact us. You know what I mean? We see this even literally. Think about it. If you live in a neighborhood full of nothing but, let's say, serial killers, you'd be a damn idiot to be like, oh, but what they do over there, that don't have nothing to do with me. Yeah, they do them and I do me. That's incorrect. You know what I mean? That's incorrect because you live in a neighborhood with serial killers. You better be concerned with what the fuck they doing. You know what I'm saying? Or you might be the third and ninth victim, wrap the fuck up somewhere. You know what I mean? So we got to get out this individualism thing. You know what I mean? We got to start understanding we are all connected. So when we see each other out, I may not know you, you know what I mean? But you are my brother. You are my sister. You know what I mean? When we look at other black kids and stuff like that, you got to start looking at them like, yo, these are our children. You know what I mean? That is the natural way. Everything is connected. But like I said, this video already went a little further than, you know what I mean, what I expected. But I just wanted to, just kind of introduce myself and just kind of, give a introduction into the things that I'm gonna be speaking on, and we're gonna get this shit together, because at the end of the day, it's a light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? And we can feel that too. Don't ever, because some people get on this defeatist, oh, we can't do nothing. Hey, man, we just late. No, that's not real. They want you to think that. They want you to think that there's nothing we could do, that, you know what I mean, we might as well just give up. You can't beat them, join them. And that's a lot of our mentality out here. You can't beat them, join them. Fuck it. Like, it's nothing we can do. We don't have enough, but that's not real. You know what I mean? Understand, you have nature on your side. You see what I'm saying? And when we get in tune with that, what can beat nature? Think about it. What the fuck can beat nature? Which really saying, what can beat God? You can't beat God. You can't beat nature. You can't. I don't care how much technology they have. And see, they put this kind of stuff in front of us, right in front of our face. Look at the movie Avatar. Think of it like that. You know what I mean? With all the technology that them people had, they couldn't fuck with them when it boiled down to it. Why? Because those people, they were in tune with nature. You know what I mean? We are dumb. That's the big secret. We dumb. We have a connection to nature. And like I said, we're going to get into that. And this is all scientifically provable. You know what I mean? And understand that science and nature and God, all of this is the same. Now, when I say science, I'm not speaking on just what they say as science. Science really, at its fundamental, is really just the understanding of how things work. It's a science to everything. So understanding the way that a plant takes in the light from the sun and translates that into chemical energy, that's science. But what else is we talking about? That's the way that nature works, which is what? You just understanding the way that God works. Period. So we got to stop and see our ancestors in Kemet. I don't call it Egypt because that's the name that the conquerors gave to them. Why would we call, that's ridiculous, right? Kemet, right? They knew this. They knew that spirituality and science was one and the same. It's connected. You know what I mean? So understand that this is scientifically provable. And that's what we're going to be getting into. So I keep saying we're going to make it short, but as you can see, it's just so much. It's so much to, to get into that, but we're going to get into it later. We're going to build, we're going to chop it up. You know what I mean? I love y'all. Talk to y'all in a minute. Peace.